I respectfully ask that either our system be permitted as an alarm system or a variance be scheduled for hearing. I am happy to answer any questions you may have regarding this security system. I have also attached a brief presentation explaining the system. Please read this into the general public comment records for discussion in tomorrow night's Village Board of Trustees meeting. Most respectfully, Cindy Williams. Mr. Mayor.
Yes, ma'am.
Could I comment on this one?
Please do, Madam Clerk.
I have been in contact with Ms. Williams after she sent an email on February 10th stating that she did not hear her public comments read at the meeting. I did acknowledge having received the email, but at no point, except at the very last paragraph, did it indicate it was for public comments. It appeared to be to the mayor, board, and the clerk of a complaint for a variance that she had requested. Since that time, I have spoken with the chair of the Plan Commission. A hearing is scheduled to consider this variance on March 15th at 7 p.m. I informed her of that, and today code enforcement informed her also that she would need to notify the surrounding tenants, the people that's near that area where she's requesting the variance. So I did explain that to her on today, so she is aware, and she might be watching YouTube Live, so I wanted the board to be aware of that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Clerk.
That's the first one.
And her name is Cindy Williams?
Yes, and she's with a company called Armoc. Yes. The second
Madam Clerk,
yes.
Didn't she make a presentation to us at one time when we were at, okay.
Yeah. February of 2020, she made a presentation. At that, the fire chief was totally against the fence, as I remember.
Yeah, I remember we had a discussion on it.
Right, and the board decided not to move forward at that time.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Public number 2 is from somebody get their phone.
That's the office.
The second comment is from Bridget Simmons Franklin for February 23rd, 2021. It was received on February 19th at 10:44 a.m. And it reads, "Greetings, Madam Clerk, Madam Village Manager, Board of Trustees, and Mayor Rudez. I am submitting my comments as an advocate of the youth programs in the village. Both Dunzell and I know the stress and burden that is associated with running a successful sports program in this community. However, the love for our youth outweighs the stress. The baseball program is in need of support and assistance while they rebuild, and it should be our duty as community to offer the support that is needed. The board has agreed to offer sports programs reimbursement after proper invoices and receipts have been submitted. However, if a program does not have adequate funding, then there is no money to spend and purchase necessities. Many times, equipment and uniforms must be purchased well in advance before registration money is collected from parents. I suggest that the board provide the youth sports programs that are rebuilding or developing with a startup package in the budget. If programs can provide the board with proper paperwork, bank account information, and names of volunteers and coaches, then the village should help provide funding to start the program. In the case of the baseball program, that program is enriched with history in our community. Trustee Franklin grew up in the baseball program. Mayor Rudez's children grew up in the program. And Mayor Rudez also coached baseball for a number of years. It provides the youth with positive activities during the summertime months and an opportunity to remain physically active. University Park has a proven track record of having very successful sports athletes and sports program. I appreciate people stepping up in the community and helping out with the youth programs. And I believe we should all support each other as we all try to meet the needs of our children. Bridget Simmons Franklin, give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endureth forever. Psalms 118:29.
And I just want to make one response to that, Madam Clerk.
Mhm.
I think that we should have a workshop at the committee meeting because the spring is approaching fast and there needs to be direction. And I would love to get back on the field coaching baseball again. I would love that.
Okay.
Would like to respond to is if I could.
Trustee?
So I just want to say by no means do we want to discourage any volunteers from stepping up to the plate and taking on leadership roles in our community, especially as it relates to programming for our youth. But we also have a responsibility to ensure that programming is quality. We're coming off a baseball season where there were a lot of things that happened, a lot of fingers pointed in different directions, but at the end of the day, the season wasn't successful, some financial things and different things, and my children were a part of it. So we want to make sure that we keep the program alive and also keep it alive in the sense that the programming is quality. This is a plaque right here from coaching baseball. I have 10 of these plaques. So that means I coached for 10 years. So when people are putting out these blanket statements saying that the board or the village doesn't support baseball or doesn't want to support baseball, it's offensive to people that's dedicated over 10,000 hours to giving back to these communities, giving back to these programs within our community. Even as a player for the program, my parents were involved and my mother-in-law was involved in the program on the board. So, I want to just make sure that's clear. And then also, if there's any organization within the community, whether it's soccer, tennis, golf, volleyball, robotics, debate team, or anything, we want to know that we don't want to discourage you. We want to encourage you to step up to the plate and make sure that you have everything in order to run a successful program. If an organization can provide that they have a 501c3 with the bank account that's in good standing, an active board with president and vice president and the treasurer, and the coaching staff that can pass background checks and have the necessary certifications and all these different things that it takes to run a successful program, then we should absolutely support them. And we should absolutely provide some assistance on the front end if necessary. We've always, traditionally, and I know Milton, Trustee Payton was a big advocate for providing reimbursement to successful programs up to a certain amount if receipts and different things were provided. But if there are programs that are looking to start, considering that we don't have a Parks and Recs at this moment, we want to encourage you all, but we want to make sure that we have everything, that you guys have everything in order to make sure that programming is quality for our children within the community.
Thank you, Trustee. Any other comments? Okay, Madam. Oh, Trustee Jenkins.
Yeah, I wanted to thank Mrs. Simmons for her comments. One of our residents, several of our residents have began the process of starting to revitalize the baseball program, and all of the things that were mentioned in her comments has been done. And yes, we are reaching out for volunteers and also donations. As of now, we've received at least $200 worth of donations from residents that are excited, and also trustees that are excited for this program to be revamped. And I just want to thank everyone for the support of this program. Thank you.
Trustee?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir, trustee.
yeah, I got a call today about that. Let me just, Madam Clerk, put it for the record. I don't mind. I'm not saying I'm rich, but I don't mind. I told someone, please give me a balance, and I'll give a nice hefty donation. So, but I need to know how much we collected first. Through experience, I don't put good money behind something that doesn't go anywhere if it falls out, you know.
Amen.
May I be recognized, Mayor?
Yes, ma'am, trustee.
I also made a deposit to them, so I'm in there too. I think they should play ball.
Absolutely. Okay. It means we're going to have us a nice workshop. I tell you what, this is a small homework assignment. If we can go back and pull out the budget from when we did have a park and recreation and start looking at those numbers and start looking at what we need to do to the fields and everything else, and make sure that our I's are dotted and our T's crossed. And if we're lucky enough to get a 13 to 16-year-old traveling team, give them to me. We going. Give them to me. And that's my comment. Come on, Madam Clerk.
Okay.
Do we have any more comments?
Yes, we do, sir.
Okay.
The third comment was received on February 22nd at 11:37 a.m. and it's anonymous. It reads, "Good morning, clerk. I would like these questions and comments read into the public record. My last question was addressed to the attorney regarding the current board member filing a lawsuit against the village. Your response was typically attorney. You stated yes, but failed to elaborate on which board member filed the litigation. My question is, who bears the cost of the lawsuit, and what's the status of the lawsuit? Concerned citizen for 40 years plus. It is time for this community to move away from the past and move forward. My years may be numbered, but it's my desire before I expire to have quality of life in my community."
Okay.
Okay.
Any comments?
Sure. Danafo, you want to go first? Because I think you showed up at appearance or two.
Sure. So the lawsuit was filed by Trustee Brooks. The village is responsible for bearing the defense costs of the village. The status of the lawsuit is currently the complaint has been dismissed, but there was leave granted to file an amended complaint. As of 3 o'clock today, when I checked, nothing had been filed yet. So there's a status date coming up on March 18th in the lawsuit. And I think that addresses the questions.
Yeah. Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir, trustee. Thank
Yeah.
you, Mr. Denopo.
Yeah. To this resident, please feel free to give me a call. You don't have, I can answer any further questions that you have. This is no secret. It's been all over next door. It's been in the newspaper. So I don't know how come it seems like it's discreet of why or who filed this lawsuit. The lawsuit was filed. I filed it because I asked for information and I didn't get it. However, we, like Mr. Danafo says, we are in court, but the last statement that was made, in which I have taken into consideration, and reason why Mr. Danafo has not seen anything filed, was that Judge Anderson made it very clear the taxpayers should not be bearing the costs. In fact, in this, it should have been the insurance company bearing the costs and representing the village manager, not Mr. Danafo or any other village managers. That's who should have represented the people in this matter. So in saying that, I have taken in consideration on what I do or what's next, because I am going to ask formally, Mr. Donalfo, we can take it for the record, but Mr. Anderson made it clear. Trustee Brooks should get what he's asking for, or you're not going to like what happened next. But he also felt that it should not, taxpayers' dollars should not be wasted on something like this that should be very, very avoidable. So in that, Mr. Mayor, I yield my time. Anything else, I ask that resident, please give me a call. My phone is always on.
Mr. Mayor, just a point of clarification. I obviously it's been the village's position, just so we're clear, that we have been providing sufficient information to Trustee Brooks consistent with the village's practices. Obviously, there's a disagreement or we would not be in court, but the village maintains and believes that it has been providing sufficient information. We feel that Judge Anderson did make a comment about trying to resolve it because there weren't going to be any winners in this. I didn't see in the transcript where he said we would be sorry, but perhaps I missed that part of it when I looked at the transcript. But I will tell you at this point that we've been vigorously defending the village, and I'm sure Trustee Brooks or his attorney will be in touch with me, and perhaps we can figure out the next step going forward.
All right, thank you. Let us leave this behind there. Thank you.
No, Mr. Mayor.
No, we finish with this one.
If he's going to make a comment, Trustee Brooks has the right to respond.
With Trustee Brooks, we don't want to get into an argument. We'll deal with that in executive session. That's good.
And why we bring it up? The resident brought it up. You allowed it to be answered.
Right. Yeah, that's okay. And we're finished with it now. Madam Clerk, next question.
So the next time it come up, Mr. Mayor, we're not going to have nobody reading that question, right? This is not going to be spoke about. It's going to be
this is done.
Okay. You remember you said that.
Madam Clerk.
My only point is, Mayor, if somebody submits a question, it's public comment.
Point of order, man. Did you say this is over? Point of order.
Yeah. Trustee Brooks, we're not going to get into argument. Let's run our business.
I call point of order.
All right, let's go, Madam Clerk.
Out of order.
The fourth comment was received on February 22nd at 3:56 p.m. It too is anonymous, and it reads, "Good afternoon, Mayor, Board of Trustees, Village Clerk, and Manager. I'm a contractor working within the Village of University Park. I was recently approached by a lady who introduced herself as the former mayor. So I simply said that I saw a different and positive direction. After that, she tore into me, stating she will do anything in her powers to destroy and tear down the mayor and board. I was in complete disbelief when she said that. She said, wait until the election. I simply said, I'm so sorry that you feel that way. So I'm asking the mayor and current administration to stay unified and positive. I've been working in this community during several different mayor's terms, and I actually think the Village of University Park is changing its image to positively business friendly. Please stay encouraged. The residents deserve it." That's
all right. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
okay.
All right. Let me get to where we are. Unfinished
Mayor,
business.
can we recognize?
Yes, Trustee McMullen.
I would like to say, on behalf of working with the other administration and this administration, I am sure that this village is moving in the right direction. And I continue to work with this administration, and I feel that it's going in the right way. It's going in the right direction, excuse me. It's going in a positive direction, no matter what. And I'm gonna stay encouraged.
Thank you, Trustee.
May I be recognized?
Yes, Trustee Williams.
Okay, I'd like to say that everything I have seen has been going on upscale. I have seen a village manager come in at 7 o'clock in the morning and stay at 7 o'clock at night. I've seen her do work. I heard her working, talking to different people, getting things done, finding the grants so that we don't have to come out of our pockets. She finds the grants to make it happen. And I don't understand what is going on that looks so negative when things are going up. She done brought buildings in. She done brought people in. She get money to do the streets. Am I right, manager? Understand? Am I right? You
Yes,
got
you
money
are.
to do the streets. You got money to cut down these trees. All of this is grants.
It's,
I'm
Yeah.
asking you to understand. I can't hear you. Your mic.
Yes, okay. Yes, yes, and we have a comprehensive a tree removal program coming this spring.
Hmm. How about the streets? What's happening with those?
Well, we, we still have the money for Fairview. And in my
Fairview.
report tonight, I'll explain to you all the monies that we have. We're putting in escrow to start phasing Abbott Lane. And I'm telling you the other 4 grants that are due by Friday of this week. So to answer your question, yes, 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 yes.
Okay. All right. So that's what I'm saying. I see the place going up, and I don't know why they think it's going down. I just don't understand.
Any other comments? Let's move on with the meeting right now. Consent agenda items. Is there anything on the consent agenda that any member of the board would like to have removed?
Mr. Mayor.
Or to be read separately?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, quick question. Well, actually, I need a clarification because when I did get the agenda, I can tell you that item F2A and F2C, we definitely had at the Cal, but we have F2B, F2D, F2E, F2F, and F2G that was not on the Cal.
F2G.
But then F2H, I believe you had already made mention, and actually you called me personally on that one, so I'm okay with that one. But it's the other ones that, especially F2D, in which I think that is a situation where I made a comment that we should probably need to discuss that in executive session before we handle that. If you can recall my statement in closed session, because I don't want to reveal that.
Okay, so
if you can remember what I spoke about with the TIF, if the rest of the trustees remember what I said.
I remember.
Right. So, I mean, we can pull it, and I can make the motion, and we can handle it in executive session on one item, but the rest of them were not in the Cal. I mean, I'm just being.
Okay, item F2F was mentioned in the count, and I think the only thing was missing was the dollar amount.
Okay.
Right. On that one, right.
Right. It was the dollar amount on item F2F.
Right. It was just a dollar amount, and that's included in this packet, though.
Right.
But did we get the insurance in there like the trustee said? Because if it's not, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna mess with it. Is it in it? Because I didn't see it. Did you see it, Missy? What?
Both of them.
Was that?
Both insurances.
Is there malpractice and
insurances? Yes.
Okay. Because I know Trustee Jenkins mentioned it. I want to make sure. So
right,
we have both insurances.
Okay.
All right. So you're asking to have.
I'm okay. F2B. The only thing I was gonna say, man, we never had, and that's why I said I think that my issues are very, very minor. Like the F2B, the scheduling for the finance committee. I see you have in there 3 joint meetings. We normally have 1, if I'm not mistaken. 2, Madam Clerk, right?
2.
Yeah.
Right. We had what's on this schedule, Trustee Brooks, is what the board approved back in 2016. that they would have these meetings, joint meetings
Jointly.
with the finance committee. So they are just moved forward each year as
Okay.
the board agreed on.
Okay. And the F2G is what Madam Village Manager spoke about when it came to
The fire station #2 with the renovations and things of that nature.
okay.
Mold remediation. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is the final of it.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then the last one, outside of me talking about F2D, F2E, we didn't get you didn't update us on that, Mr. Mayor. That would have been the agreement between Matson and Markham.
And University Park.
Right.
And Manager Ernestine, you want to elaborate on that or touch bases on that just a little bit?
Yes. I talked about it before. What it is, it's an agreement between the three so that we can maximize all 3,000 jobs that we try to get as many for the communities. So what all three communities are doing, they're passing this MOU, and then we're going to have a job fair. Each will agree that, for example, each one of the Amazons have different kinds of activities. There's the robotics, there's the physical stocking. In other words, what we've agreed to
2 robotics in hours, yeah.
Yeah. So if somebody from our town is in the area of electrical engineering, hypothetically, and there's nothing available at our facilities, what I then will do is send a notice over to the manager and a referral form to the manager and say, this person is from University Park. Here is this application. So they will attempt to get our people in those positions and vice versa. In other words, all three towns have agreed to work together so we can maximize all the jobs rather than
I didn't see them other towns in there. Why they're not in here?
It's right in the opening in this. It says on the
They're in
front
there.
cover
They're in there,
who
Trustee.
they are, but this agreement is for us. Sorry.
Yeah, I said I didn't see it, and I got I'm sorry. Okay.
Your trusted Brooke, it's all in there and it's all spelled out.
Okay.
I did read it.
F2D, man, that's the only one.
Okay. Madam Clerk?
I just want clarity from Trustee Brooks. So what are you?
Get some water.
He is asking to, go ahead, I'll let Trustee Brooks speak for himself.
He got the call, let him get some water.
Yeah.
Oh, my eyes watered on that one. Okay, Madam Clerk, F2D is the one that I'm pulling, the one with the resolution for the agreement with the village manager. I'm pulling that so I can make a motion, or should I make a motion now?
No, you don't need a motion
You
to
don't need a
pull.
motion.
You can just pull it.
And to be considered separately. Okay.
That's the only one?
That's the only one, Madam Clerk.
Okay.
Okay. Is there a motion outside? Is there a motion for everything on this package with the exception of item F2D to be considered separately? Moved by Trustee Franklin, second by Trustee Bowden. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Williams.
Both aye.
Trustee Brooks. Trustee Brooks.
Votes aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Votes aye.
Trustee Franklin.
Votes aye.
Trustee Bolden.
Votes aye.
Trustee McMullen. Trustee McMullen.
He on mute. He on mute.
Votes aye.
Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Mayor, here are the resolution numbers as approved. F2A, that's accepting the audit. That's resolution R 2021-02. Did we approve item F2C, or were we pulling that, Mr. Mayor?
It's approved as well, F2C.
Okay, so that's resolution 2021-03. F2E is resolution 2021-04. F2E is resolution 2021-05. And F2G is resolution 2021-06. And F2H is resolution R 2021-07. Okay.
Okay. Item F3, new business. F3A, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of an intergovernmental agreement by and between the Village of University Park and the Illinois Department of Transportation. Is there a motion?
So move.
Moved by trustee Franklin. Is there a second?
Second.
Can
Second
y'all
by
hear me?
trustee Williams. We can now.
Please don't tell me this thing that went.
Roll call, Madam Clerk. Motion by trustee Franklin, second by trustee Williams.
Trustee Williams,
Both aye.
trustee Brooks,
Both sides.
trustee Jenkins,
Vote side.
trustee Franklin,
Both sides.
trustee Bolden,
Both aye.
trustee McMullen,
Both sides.
and Mayor Rudis.
Vote aye.
Mr. Mayor, that is resolution 2021 07. Was it 8?
8.
Yeah,
It's AD.
yeah, 08. Okay,
Okay. Item F3B, a resolution approving and authorizing funding for the Steger Road intersections. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Moved by trustee Williams. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Jenkins Bell. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
trustee Williams,
Both aye.
trustee Brooks,
Both sides.
trustee Jenkins Bell,
Vote side.
trustee Franklin,
Both sides.
trustee Bolden,
Both aye.
trustee McMullen,
Both sides.
Mayor Rudis.
Vote aye, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Mayor, that's resolution R 2021-09.
Okay. Next will be appointments to the Plan Commission. The appointments are Lee Golden Senior and Darnell Pellos. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Moved by trustee Williams,
Second.
second by Jenkins Bell and Bolden.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, who are the two that are being replaced?
Their terms have expired. It is Miss Wayne and Miss Williams, if I'm not mistaken.
Because of expiration?
Yes, terms expired December 31st of 2020.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Mhm. All right. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Williams,
Both aye.
trustee Brooks,
Vote side.
trustee Jenkins Bell,
Vote side.
trustee Franklin,
Both sides.
trustee Bolden,
Aye.
trustee McMullen,
Both sides.
Mayor Rudis.
Vote side, Madam Clerk. I hear music. Okay. Bills payable. Attached for your approval is a listing of general operating expenses for the Village of University Park that occurred on January 26, 2021 through February 23rd, 2021. General Fund, $212,954.23. Town Center Fund, $4,173.64. Till 4, 5, and 6, $1,000. And the Payroll Fund, $3,467.03, with a grand total of $223,594.90. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Moved by Trustee Williams.
Second.
Second.
Question.
Question. Yes, sir.
Miss E, I just want to double check. Was this just check 101-168 and 101-258 for the back black? That was just so happened to be we need to get more awards because I seen 2 checks on it. Just making sure we didn't write a double check.
No, we didn't. They were for 2 separate orders.
Okay. And my last question is, did we, I didn't see layaway. Did we get layaway out? The layaway, I didn't see layaway.
You made layaway?
And I know we have some coming up and I want to make sure.
You mean, you mean layaway?
Yes.
Layaway was paid.
Wilco.
I didn't see it as Wilco. Because it's normally 23,000. Our portion is usually 23,000. I didn't see it.
Layaway is current. They are current.
But it is current. Okay, that's all I want to check.
Wilco we were behind on. That's the one we were behind on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Layaway is what I was concerned. Thank you, Miss E.
No. Yeah. I'm just asking.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Williams,
And votes aye to pay the bills.
Trustee Brooks,
Votes no, not today.
Trustee Jenkins, Bell,
Votes aye.
Trustee Franklin,
Both sides.
Trustee Bolden,
Votes aye.
Trustee McMullen,
Both sides that pay the bills.
and Chair Rudez.
Both sides.
It's just a question.
Somebody's phone on, not on mute. All right, Madam Clerk. So we're going to
Somebody's got a lot of noise.
yeah, somebody needs to mute your phone, please. Would you like to make a motion to go? Somebody make a motion to go into an executive session, please?
Mr. Mayor, are we going to do reports before we do that?
Yes, Madam Clerk. Anybody who'd like to give a report, start with the manager, E.
Yes. Mayor Board, I just want to say that the village was awarded $439,000 in Rebuild Illinois bond funds. And those dollars are basically to be used for transportation kinds of projects. And in light of the local roads and street repair program, and based on the priority of local roads, Abbott is the street we're going to target. What the engineer is providing for us is a schedule to phase that project. This $439,000 will be given to the village in 6 installments, each of $78,304.86. We've received the first installment. Those dollars will be going into escrow earmarked specifically for the Abbott Lane project. We're looking for that. As of Friday, the village installments, each of $78,304. Can you hear me? 86 cents. We've received the first installment. Those dollars will be.
Your YouTube is, turn your volume down on your YouTube broadcast.
Who, me?
Whomever, I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, I didn't. Am I on YouTube? Okay.
It's
Okay.
okay now. It's okay now, Missy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, that's one. The second thing is
That's Rebuild Illinois, right, Madam E?
yes.
All right, yeah.
Yes, Rebuild Illinois Bond Fund. The second item is that there is CMAC money that's going to be available, STP dollars, other dollars, tip dollars. And we're going after all these funds. We're looking at completing the side path. We're going to do the side pass as a continuation from the north side currently of University Parkway, near Allied, coming east, crossing Cicero, going south to the west side of Governor's Highway, north to the entry into the metro station. We're going to do phase 1 and phase 2. Phase 1 will be the extension to the east. Phase 2, we're calling that central. We're looking at monies for that as well. We need to connect both the transportation from Governor's Highway to further expand development all the way to I-57. The other thing I want to make you all aware of, there will be a bid letting of traffic lights at Steger Road and Cicero this spring. And so what we've done is we've met with what is like a preliminary approval in terms of request of dollars from the South Suburban Transportation Committee. And we got them to approve our preliminary request of slightly in excess of $50,000. So the village will not have to pay its share out of its pocket. That $53,000 will come from the 2023 proposed street project that won't be let until 2023, 2024. It has to be approved by the South Suburban Transportation Committee on the second Tuesday in coming up in March. But the preliminary committee is like the A95 review, and generally that entity approves once the preliminary approval is done. They have, we've provided them with all the information, what we're looking to do, and they're also, they approve unanimously that we be allowed to be given this 53,000 some odd dollars out of the current availability of 260,000+ dollars that they have through IDOT transfer through CMAP dollars for transportation for suburban Cook County. Now, of course, University Park is a part of that. We've opted to have our transportation monies to go through the South Suburban mayors and managers. And that's the way it was, and that's the way it is. The other thing I want to mention to the mayor board is that we are also in our third week of having an intern from CMAP. She's a planner. She's assisting me with access to various sources of grant sources. That has actually speeded up the process of the village going forth to try to seek some money. She has a list approximately of 18 sources. Those sources are being utilized based on dates due. We just started the process today. We have the engineer, we have the planner, and we have myself. Each of us have been benchmarked in terms of what we're expected to do in this process, but be assured that all 4 of those grants will be submitted by Friday, the 5th of this week. And that's what we're going to do. We're just polarizing it out. Also, we're looking at other dollars dealing with IDNR dollars. IDNR dollars, we're looking at monies to do gardens and the like over at Regal. We're calling it, as part of this phase, the 4th grant we're submitting. It's Regal Farm with Pine Lake. So it's a combination of them. We're attempting to give monies, to get monies for green revitalization of both Regal Farm and Pine Lake. So we'll see what happens in terms of that. I'm getting ready to sneeze, excuse me. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you so much. Also, I just want to mention to the mayor and board of trustees, the fire department and the police department, both chiefs are working together to try to get the Will County Health Department to establish a COVID vaccine distribution located at 90 Town Center. They are in fact together working on this, trying to get this done. And if so, for Eastern Will County University Park, if selected, will be the entity that the county will come in and in fact provide the COVID vaccine according to the state distribution of that. I want to also mention, and I said I was going to make this very short with this. I have indicated to staff, we are speeding up the budget process this year so that the mayor board will have time to actually look, review, and do their thing. All department heads were mandated to have their budgets in by March 16th, not March 17th, not March 18th. If it's not in by March 16th, I've emphatically told each department head that their budgets will be developed for them. This budget this year is going to be based on somewhat actuals, and we're going to look at priority needs of department, meaning that, for example, if, for example, Public Works were top heavy in terms of getting priority needs, in 2021, we're going to begin to look at some of the other departments. We're trying to balance it out so all are able to begin to get some of the things that are needed within the department. Now, the things with their budget, the last year budget, I provided with you a preliminary budget from them, and I gave it to you, and I told you that there weren't any changes made, that I wanted an opportunity for you all to review how the department heads submit their budgets. Obviously, that didn't go over well. Some information was forgotten that I had mentioned that. So this year, we're going straight up. They're going to be given actual data expenditures for the line items that were expended in the prior year budgets. And all are going to be asked not to increase their budget because our dollars are less. So our dollars are less. So that means the budget has to be less. They submit it if per chance, when we go through and do a final review, actuals based on incomes, their departments may, and I just emphatically told everybody, more than likely, based on our anticipated revenues, budgets departmental budgets are going to be reduced. I also mentioned to the departments that we're going to try to solidify capital improvements, sanctioned budgets. Capital improvements going to be in sectors of capital improvements, but individual departments will have opportunities to incorporate maintenance costs, not capital costs. It's the difference between maintenance and capital costs. So we're separating that to make it clear, to get some actual control of more expenditures. So we're looking to submit this first reading of the budget to the mayor board by the second Tuesday in March. This is when our process will start with review budgets. We're hoping that by end of April, the mayor board would have had an opportunity to review and go through the budget and be able to come back with a decision by the end of April, and we could kick off May 1 with a budget and on time. That is the strategy for that. Mayor board, I'll stop at this point with my report.
Thank you very much. And that's what we need to do, get that budget passed at a timely manner. And once we do it this time, we'll stay that way from now on. Absolutely. Good job, guys. Any other comments?
Mayor, I have a question for the village manager.
Yes, sir.
For snow removal, how many trucks we have operating now in case we have a snowstorm?
Well, we had 2 trucks operating, 2 trucks with plows. We had them operating, and then one of the trucks went down. So we had a major...
No, I mean, like, I'm sorry. Because I know we got 8, Miss E. When I meant how many we got operating, like how many have been repaired? Because I have not talked to the director. So how many we have gotten done? Because right, because we have 8, right? Am I correct? We have 8, but I mean, we don't have 8 DPW men, but how many, because I heard that a couple went down and they were supposed to get up. Did we get them up and going like they were supposed to? I think, I don't think any 5 tons went down, but
okay.
Yeah.
There are 2 trucks that are down, trustee, and we're attempting to get them repaired. 2
All right.
trucks down, and we're attempting to get it repaired. And I've been very much in tune to snow removal. It's a 7-day-a-week thing. Very much in tune, working through the whole gamut with it. And we, believe it or not, we've been overbooked. The folks go home for a few hours sleep, they wake back up and they come back out. So it's been a counter-cyclical process, but we got two downs. Hopefully those will be completed and we can be ready for the other. But we've used quite a bit of the salt. It was on target, on time. We got about 50 tons thereabout remaining, and we pray that we don't have any major snowstorm from this point on. But
that's why I asked, because I know that whatever comes next, and we pray that it don't come next. It looked like it will be a warm up, but you never know with March. I would trust that our director would make that decision to order, some more salt if we're low. I did have a resident call me today and said that she didn't see the salt. So I don't know if we're not using the same color. I think at one point we were using blue.
Yep,
but
we stopped. We went to Clear Rock. So yeah, we had a pile that we had left. We used it, and then the new. So you may see the clear similar to rock salt, and then you're going to see the blue. So you're going to see 2 out there. Okay, well then that was the question she had today, because she was wondering what she didn't see any salt. It felt like what she seen was, it looks like they were plowing, but they were pushing. But she said she had taken a look, and I guess one of the dispenser, I don't know, Mayor, you were in DPW, the dispenser, right, it had broke, and she, they were fixing it, but I just know that in 20... It's up and moving. It is moving. It's moving. I just want to make sure, because in 2018, I know we spent a large amount of money to try to have a nice fleet for when it get like this and everything start breaking. But I guess we've been real good financially so far. We've been really good. Like I said, we pray it doesn't get any more harsh, whatever. But what we've been paying for is overtime. Okay.
Good. Any other comments? Committee board members, trustees, any other comments?
Yes, Mayor, can I be recognized?
Yes, sir, trustee.
Madam Village Manager, the problem that we discussed earlier about the mailboxes and the snow in front of the driveways, how do we look now? Are we gonna send the people to classes like you and I talked about, or what?
Yeah, we're gonna try to do that the spring of the year through the state. The state through Department of Transportation via motor fuel tax provisions have classes. So we're gonna try to do generally, there's two ways. They have them in Schaumburg, and often we're praying that the virtual, we go beyond the virtual because they need the actual physical training. So
Yes.
we're trying to look at, they'll either be in Schaumburg at the training, or there are instructors that will come within municipalities. So we're looking at both of them.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Trustee.
I'm
Good
sorry,
question.
real brief.
Yes, sir, Trustee.
On the first day that we had the big snowstorm, I put together a snow shoveling removal project with 10 teenagers in the community as a fundraiser. The objective was to teach the kids, rather than just putting up a GoFundMe page, teaching them the value of hard work. And Lord knows it was some hard work that took place on that day. We were able to shovel the driveways of 53 residents, and then the following
And thank
day,
you for that. Thank you.
no problem. And the following day, we came out and did another 13 of our seniors' driveways in the community. So a very successful day. So with the money that these young men raised, I'll be taking them this weekend to a college visit to Fisk, and we'll also be participating in the football tournament in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So a great call. So to all the residents that participated in this project and gave donations to the young men, we're extremely thankful, and I know you're extremely thankful that we shoveled those 12 inches of snow out your driveway.
Tell me. Thank you.
And then finally, a Black History fact. Today in 1868, there was a great man born, one of the founders of the NAACP, a great man by the name of W.E.B. Du Bois. So I would like to say happy birthday to the late, great W.E.B. Du Bois. Those are my comments.
Thank you, Trustee. Is there anyone else who would like to have any comments? If not, I would just like to say something to our residents. I know that there was a lot of frustration during these snowy moments and people getting snowed in, and it's plow trucks coming in, and as soon as you clear your driveway out, the snow plows come back and push you back in. I'm gonna ask you guys to be a little patient. We're very, very short in our Public Works Department. We have an 8-team member of our Public Works Department, and there's an enormous amount of land and community to cover, not including going to the industrial park and back to our residential area. We're gonna have to make some decisions when it comes to our public works on how we bolster and get our manpower up, because our village is really experiencing a large amount of growth. And that's a great concern, because we want to ensure that the residents do get the services that they pay for. So I appreciate your patience through this water crisis, through this COVID, through this enormous amount of snow that we haven't had in such a time. And I know it's frustrating. I had people even coming knocking on my door. So I know that Public Works isn't everything that they need to be, but there's a work in progress. And as Trustee McMullen said, there's training that's needed so we can make this a better experience for our residents. So again, to our residents, thank you so much for your patience. And we're going to continue to be working diligently every day hard to improve the quality of life for our residents. Thank you so much. Is there anybody else? If not, let's have a motion to go into a brief executive session for the reason of personnel and sale, lease, and rent of village property. May I have a motion, please?
Motion.
So move.
Motion by Trustee McMullen, second by Trustee Brooks. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Williams.
You muted.
Oh, that's why you didn't hear me. Okay, both aye. Sorry.
Trustee Brooks.
Votes aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Votes aye.
Trustee Franklin.
Votes aye.
Trustee Bolden.
Both aye.
Trustee McMullen.
Votes aye.
And Mayor Rudis.
Both aye, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Mayor, so that I'm clear, this is for personnel
personnel, and sale, lease, or rent of municipal property.
Okay.
And we're gonna have to find out, we're gonna ask Manager E to step out, but we're gonna need her to come back in. Oh, matter of fact, I'll tell you what, let's start with the item that she can stay in for first, which is, and then we'll go to executive, then we'll do it once we get in executive session. Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Mayor, I'll need a minute to set up for the executive session.
Right.
Sure, sure.
Thank you.
Mhm. Snow was something else, wasn't it, guys?
It's more than a notion.
Yeah. Prayerfully, you know, the snow will go away, the weather will turn better, everybody can get vaccinated, and we can continue living in the new world as we move forward.
I think the snow has helped with the spread of COVID though, because people aren't able to get out as usual. So I think that's a silver lining in the situation.
Well, I'm happy to know that Tiger is okay.
Yeah, he was in an accident this afternoon, wasn't he?
Yes.
This morning.
A rollover.
This morning, 7-something this morning.
How was anybody know how Treasurer Ellis is doing?
Right.
Yes,
I spoke with him
Yes.
a couple of days ago when he was resting, and you know, it's, in my opinion, he still kind of has a little slurry speech, but he's making progress.
he's
Trustee
making
Liz?
yes, he's making big progress because
Yeah.
when it first happened, he couldn't even hold a sentence or
Yeah.
nothing. Now he holds it well. And since he got out the hospital, he's really doing good.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I spoke to him briefly, and I just didn't want to keep him on the phone. But you know, it could be it's him today or tomorrow. It could be any one of us. Those diseases, strokes, heart attacks, asthma attacks, they don't discriminate. It could be a perfectly healthy 20-year-old to a perfectly healthy 100-year-old. So we all got to be considerate and watch out for our health. When someone, one of our members fall down, let's kind of always lift them up in prayer. Yeah. Yeah.
Agreed.
The world is really challenging these days, and it's good to see that Tiger Woods is okay. But I think he's going to continue playing golf. He'll probably be a great author and instructor, but I don't think he's going to continue to play. Yeah, and Trustee Jenkins, you got that Healthy Heart program going, huh?
Oh, yes, yes. You know, February is Health Heart Month. It's celebrated really big in hospitals. So I was lucky to partner with some people from Chicago, Illinois, who feel the same way about healthy hearts as I do. And so they offered to come into the village and bring healthy meals for the seniors and do free rapid COVID testing and blood pressure checks. And also they have some doctors that wanted to speak about the vaccine and answer questions that people have and concerns and discuss, you know, the side effects. Because some people are very concerned about taking the vaccination and they kind of nervous, you know. In our community, mostly, it's only 5% of us have taken the vaccination. I don't know if it's because we can't get it or we're nervous to take it. So, you know, and so they want to reassure us. And so this is what was going on. And we're going to have it at the 90 Town Center. But unfortunately, nature did its thing. And so we've had to move it to the University Park Library. And a special guest speaker is our Honorable Mayor Joseph Rudez, and also Senator Hastings has come out because he's pushing for Will County to get a large portion of those vaccines, and especially on the side of Eastern Will. So that's what's really going on. You know, I got a really happy call today from some other partners that I partner with in Chicago in reference to some grants that are coming down the turnpike. And I haven't called Ms. Ernestine and told her anything about this, but there are large, sizable governmental grants that have come down the turnpike. I told our mayor I was excited, and that is a few $1 million grant. And so we're gonna be, I'm gonna worry Ms. Ernestine and the mayor really hard, because it's due by the midways of March, and it will help us renovate our, I mean, like, they just told me today, so I was like hollering, so I was extremely excited. And we just are working. They have a program, another grant that's come down the turnpike that will offer villages that don't have food pantries. They would offer us a food pantry, a $200,000 grant, but we have to have a standalone unit. It can't be, mobile. It has to be standalone. So I mentioned that to Miss Ernestine, and she's been looking into that. So we got a lot going on, a lot going on.
Well, see,
Trustee,
I'd get a report out of you. I knew I'd get a report out of you.
Did she say it's been moved?
Yeah,
to
she
the
did.
library?
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
Okay.
Madam Clerk is back. And thank you for your report, Trustee Jenkins. And by the way, since we're doing that, join us as we celebrate our first Black History event on Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. shown live on Facebook and YouTube. Gonna be some great guests and some great honorees, much deserved. Madam Clerk, are you ready?
Yeah. Neva, are we off of YouTube? We're off of YouTube Live, right?
No, we're not. Not yet. Not until you say we're going into executive session.
Yep. I'm ready, sir.
Okay.
You
Let us
heard
go to
about that
executive
whole
session.
board in San Francisco, right? Did you see that on the news? The whole board had to resign. So be careful what you say. Thank you for the report, Trustee Jenkins. Nobody ain't say nothing negative.
No.
The whole board resigned, the president and everybody. I don't know if y'all seen that on the news. They were still on. Yeah, the clerk.
All right,
Yeah,
let's roll. The clerk did too. All right. Are we still live, Ms. Jenkins? I see it
Yes,
on the.
I'm waiting on you to say we're going. And
We're